Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. Recently, someone shared a clip from an old show. It's a classic show. It was called Claudine. And they showed an old clip that just kind of grabbed my attention. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit. In the clip, they were showing how the welfare system worked in the 1970s, right? And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and roll the clip, and then I'm going to be back with just a few words about the clip to kind of bring those of you who may be too young to remember this show, kind of bring you up to speed a bit.
Would you cut that music down? Turn it down. Hello, Mrs. Price.
Hi.
How have you been?
Oh, grand. Living like a queen.
Mrs. Price, have you been working?
No.
Because if you have, I really have to know. Otherwise, you get into trouble.
No, I ain't been working.
Mrs. Price, you know I'm your friend, but you have to be honest with me.
I ain't been working.
Well, I understand a man's been visiting you regularly this past week.
You are not supposed to spy on us.
I didn't spy on you, Mrs. Price, but someone has.
It must be that lady. That across the street. She'll say anything. That.
The thing is, Mrs. Price, if something comes out later and I don't know about it, you'll be in all kinds of trouble. So, if you've been seeing this man...
Well, what is this? Am I not supposed to see a man? What am I, a damn nun?
No, but if you've been sleeping with a man and he's been giving you things, I'm sorry, but I have to know.
Now, as you see from the clip, they were really off the chain back then. The people showing up at your house and wanting to know if you've bought anything. They wanted to know who was there, who was living there. Anybody staying more than a certain number of days. I mean, they just wanted to know all of your business for the most part. This was my time right here. I was born in the early 1970s, and so when you see clips like this, you can see the utter control that they wanted over Black people's lives, and how they had to shuffle about trying to conceal this and conceal that. In this particular clip, I thought it was kind of interesting how Claudine, she said, "What, am I not supposed to desire or be with a man? You don't think I should want to be with a man?" It was almost as if they were treating our people like children, and they were like the adults. They were coming to check on the children, right? That's how this system was. It was meant to degrade, embarrass, and break you down, break down the Black family structure. And so you have to understand, with gifts, this is what happens, right? Now, I know that a lot of brothers push the narrative that Black women chose the government over their man. And that is far from the truth. That is far from the truth. When you have a family and the woman may have 2 or 3 children, and they're saying, look, if he's here, then we can't help you. He has to get a job. On the same token, they won't hire him. You see what's happening. They're saying, we're going to tear you apart one way or another. Either you put him out or you don't get anything. And so the woman is looking at her hungry children. She's looking at the man who no one will hire. And so a choice is made. Now you can understand this, that back then, the men, many of the brothers were like, well, you got to do what you have to do, baby. We can't let the kids go hungry. So you have men today who believe that the woman just wanted to kick the man out. They were put in the catch-22. You see, and this is why a lot of people were getting in trouble back in those days, because the woman was saying, look, I don't want my man to be put out. And so she would have to sneak him in. So it was a lot of that type of stuff going on. So don't think that the woman was kicking the man out because I can take care of myself, or my white daddy's going to take care of me. That narrative that you all push is very damaging, and it's a lie. That is a lie to say that that's what black women were doing back then. Everyone was in survival mode, because as you see, the system was designed to rip apart the black family. And instead of us speaking out against the system, what we've chosen to do as a people is to try to tear each other apart and not understand the plight that we are in, right? Now, I know it was hard for our brothers back then, and even now it is still difficult for a lot of people. But the solution is not to rip apart the black woman or rip apart the black man. The solution is to try to figure out what can we do to get ourselves out of these situations. Because as you see, the system doesn't care if we're together. You saw from the clip that this woman was just all in their business. Did you buy anything new? Did you have a man here? Well, what about this? What about that? As if she was talking to a child. That's not the kind of help we want nor desire. But a lot of our people have gotten used to that type of help, because systematically, I mean, I could say a whole lot about the systematic destruction of the black family. Everything has been thrown at us. And yet, many of us still stand. We have not been completely wiped out. The black family structure is still there. There's a lot of focus on the negativity, because that is what is promoted through music, through movies, through television. But there are black families, many black families, that are together, loving. They love each other. They take care of their children. They have animals that they love. You know, it amazes me how when black families go out in public and their children are well behaved, people say, oh, your children are so good. Almost as if it's something so amazing that they've never seen before. I remember when we were moving from Michigan to move down south here, our neighbors down the street, they asked us, are you guys going to take your dogs with you, or are you going to leave them? And we said we're taking our dogs with us. Why would we leave our dogs? You know, it's just kind of funny to me that they think we're just going to leave the dogs. Why would we do that? We loved our dogs, and they stayed with us until they died. They moved here with us, and they died here with us, and they were buried here with us. As if black people don't love their animals, as if they don't feed their animals or take care of them. Okay. But anyway, you see how the system is. Nothing has changed. I mean, they may not have these little visits like they did back then, but you see that there was no respect for the black family structure. And instead of us complaining about it, we need to start fixing things. Okay? It's like we get more and more caught up in this little web that they've cast out before us. We get caught up in it. Instead of trying to fight our way out, we just get caught in this web. Let's fight our way out. We can present a different narrative. We don't have to be dysfunctional. And I'm not saying only black people are dysfunctional, because there is dysfunction all around this world. But because we are the light of the world, we are the children of Israel, we have a job to do. We have to be a light to the world, a light to the Gentiles, right? And in order to be the light of the world, you have got to cast off darkness. It is what it is, family. And with that, I will say shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.